So Belly and Conrad's relationship, and Conrad as a love interest in general, skates by on this idea of infinity and of course this necklace, and I have never found this to be romantic in the slightest, particularly because of the way that this necklace is used. Very indicative of this tell don't show narrative with Conrad, where we're told that they're meant to be an infinite but given no real reasons to show us why Conrad is a good love interest for Belly. And when I tell you this whole infinity theme makes even less sense in the books, and I'll explain why, I do think it's kind of equally trash in the show. So the first time we're introduced to this infinity concept is when Conrad draws the infinity symbol on her pancakes when they're kids and explains to her what it means. Now, this is something that is exclusively in the show. That doesn't even happen in the books. At least here you can kind of infer that there's some reason why infinity would mean something to Belly, right? And he gets her this necklace for her birthday, but doesn't give it to her, and she has to find it in a dirty contraceptive-filled top drawer after he made her cry on her birthday and ruined her sweet 16. Like, I don't find that romantic, but okay. Then she drunkenly confronts him about it, and he still doesn't admit to it and doesn't give her the necklace, and then this necklace steps into its true form and purpose as a piece of back and forth leverage that he passes back to her every time she's moving on from him. Conrad only presents Belly with this necklace for the first time following something that you all like to conveniently ignore and accompanied by a literal "you up" text. Conrad finds out at the party in season 1 that Jeremiah might be hooking up with Belly, and then and only then does he send her a text saying that he wanted to take her to the Deb ball, and it wasn't really just because his mom asked him, even though his mom did ask him, and that's why he asked her. He also makes no effort to end things with Nicole, the other girl that he's stringing along, and things only end between them because Nicole sees that text that he sent to Belly and ends things with him. Then Conrad watches Belly get into the car with Jeremiah, and later that night he sends her a literal "you up" text. She agrees to talk to him and makes it very clear to him on this doc that she's done with him and does not want him to text her anymore. And then and only then does he present her with this necklace. She doesn't take it though. But I guess you all were too busy talking about how Jeremiah is a manipulative narcissist to acknowledge this sequence of events. Either way, the next time we see the necklace is at the start of season 2 when Belly makes it clear to him that she cannot proceed in a relationship with him, this time because she doesn't want to hurt Jeremiah and doesn't want to get in between them right now. Conrad, by the way, does not care about Jeremiah's feelings in this situation. I'm tired of everybody saying that he did. He didn't care. It was only because Belly said, no, I can't do this. He wanted to, and I don't buy the narrative about how he didn't know because, like I said, he found out from Steven that Belly might be hooking up with Jeremiah and only then made the decision to text her. So anyway, so she keeps the necklace, gives it back to him at prom, and then the next time we see it is in his dorm room in season 2. We do not see this necklace again. He makes no effort to give it back to her until the end of season 2 when she once again has made it clear that she is moving on, and he once again forces this necklace on her and she doesn't want to take it, and he's like, no, take it. Okay, so that's the show. Every time it's literally just when she's making it clear that she cannot proceed with him or she's moving on in some way. Now, this makes even less sense in the book, but is just as bad and worse in other ways because we don't even hear about this infinity concept until the second book when she finds it in his dorm room and then she just assumes that it is for her. And she says, it was infinity. I knew it was for me. And she puts it on because that's normal because she just knows that it's for her. But we're never told why she knows that it's for her until like 200 pages later when it comes up again and it's still not demonstrated or shown to us why infinity is like a thing. And again, when Cornroach catches Belly and Jeremiah smoochy and gets all hurt about it. But again, remember in the books, Belly and Conrad do not have a relationship. And he's like, so you like Jeremiah now? If you like Jeremiah, why are you wearing my necklace? And she's like, I found it when we were packing up your dorm room. It doesn't mean anything. And he's like, you know what it means, but we don't know what it means. And she's like, I don't. And then she says, but of course I did. I remembered when he'd explained the concept of infinity to me. But we never saw him do this. We still, at this point, have not seen him do this, and we never see him do it. And then he's like, give it back. It's not yours. I never gave it to you, and takes the necklace back. And then he says, go to Jeremiah. He's the one who wants you. I don't. I never did. Again, really softened him in the show, bailed him out a million times. Again, Belly and Conrad have not had a relationship at this point. He has never claimed her as his girlfriend or admitted he had feelings for her. And then when this prince finally presents her with this necklace, it's literally the morning of her wedding to his brother And then finally he's like, do you remember infinity? You have to take it. I just can't keep it anymore. Like, you're kidding me. And then the one other time infinity is mentioned is the one that really sends me with this quote that everybody likes to romanticize. So no, he didn't give me flowers or candy. He gave me the moon and the stars. Infinity. And this is like so embarrassing because this is Belly romanticizing her rich situationship, showing up empty-handed on Valentine's Day and taking her to her front lawn. Like, you absolutely have to be kidding me. This is infinity? And he didn't give her the necklace here, and we're supposed to assume that he had it because it was supposed to be for her birthday present. He waited until the morning of her wedding to his brother, and we never even saw why infinity matters to them. And again, not to yuck somebody's yum, but this concept of infinity, this theme that their relationship is supposed to float by on, is very indicative of Conrad as a whole. This tell, don't show narrative about how they're meant to be and forever, and they're infinite, with nothing to actually show us why. Yes, you're all absolutely correct. Infinity isn't real. It's just a concept. And the way it's used throughout the show and the books, this isn't romantic at all. He doesn't even give it to her. It's used as leverage in both cases. It's breadcrumbing and manipulative, honestly. And just a little side note, just between you and me, it's so corny. You kind of had to be there, but in like 2009, 2010, when these books were coming out, infinity was so oversaturated that like you couldn't swing a bat without hitting an infinity necklace or an infinity symbol, and it was just like so overplayed and corny, and I've always felt that way. I do not think it's particularly romantic. I think it's very basic and cringe. But even if you don't feel that way, this concept and the necklace, it's not used in any kind of romantic way throughout the series. Like, this just isn't romantic. This is embarrassing. Like, okay, I got it. He gave you infinity and bad self-esteem.